So we have finished, y'all can't see me, we have finished making dinner. And I think last week I finally bought one of these pot holders. Please tell me if that's what it's called because I actually don't know. Somebody asked me what is this called in English and I was like, I want to say it's a pot holder. Like I want to say it's a pot holder. But yeah. Okay. 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 So it doesn't taste bad. Don't you know? I feel like that's how you can tell when you fucked something up. Because you're trying to, because you'll eat somebody's thing or you'll eat your own cooking and you're like, okay, so it doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste bad. It's just, there are a lot of flavors going on. Like I put garlic in here. There's pesto, which is really, really strong. And then there's like the subtle flavor of the rosé tomato sauce because like tomato sauce isn't really that strong. It's kind of just like, it's there. It's a little seasoning. But it's not strong like pesto and garlic, which are in here and they're fighting each other. But yeah, I mean, it's edible. Okay, so here's the update that I said that I was going to record and then didn't record throughout the video. So yeah, life has been good-ish, I guess. It's been a little complicated. Things have happened. I think I might wait another few weeks until I talk more about what's been going on with my school and teaching portion of, my life. But right now, like personally, I've been um I've been staying home as much as possible, particularly during the weekends. Like I don't go anywhere. Um and then during the week I will like go to a cafe and hang out after work or something. Um, but I'm still like, you know, being cautious, wearing a mask and and like sanitizing my hands and all of that. Um, yeah. Uh, I totally want to burp, but it's not coming out. So yeah, on weekends I've been getting really into baking recently. I actually got a hand mixer because I was like, I can't do this whisking butter shit any longer. Like I can't. My hands hurt. So yeah, I got a hand mixer. That's been great. I made a shit ton of cookies within like 4 days because I just keep craving cookies. I've also been cooking more, not baking but cooking more. um I went to the grocery store like twice last week, which was strange, so strange. I usually don't go to the grocery store ever. um but yeah, so I did that. And what else? That's kind of been it. Yeah. Not much has really changed in terms of like having to stay home and like social distancing and things like that. Mostly because I am an introvert and I don't tend to I don't tend to be too close to people anyway. That sounds so bad. Um yeah, I'm not a good people person. So this hasn't been like the most difficult thing ever. Um, for me, especially, I feel like it's especially been because I haven't been under quarantine. Like, Korea hasn't had quarantine officially. It's just been um, encouragement to citizens to social distance. And because Koreans seem to comprehend the idea that, or the fact that if you stay home, you won't get sick and your family won't get sick and fewer people die. Since, they follow the logic a little bit more than some other people seem to be doing. There hasn't been a need to quarantine. Like, yes, we had a huge peak when things first came out, but that was mostly because like Korea gets a lot of um Chinese tourists, and so I feel like if anything it was because there was direct like contact with people who have been exposed, or with direct contact with people who had um the virus, who got sick. um like, yes, there was a huge peak, but because people understood that if you just stayed home it would be better, and because healthcare isn't super and because healthcare here isn't shit, um people can actually get tested and um get treatments and things like that, which has been great. And like, huge shout out to all of the amazing doctors who have been working throughout this entire thing, and prayers to them and their families and everything. But I feel like I feel okay being where I am. Um, like, when people ask me, don't you think, like, have you been kind of worried about being here with everything that's been going on? And I'm just like, no, I'm pretty good. Like selfish part of me being like only thinking about myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But do I wish like I had my people here with me so that we could all be good together? Hell yes. Um, that's just not possible, unfortunately. And yeah. But yeah, I've kind of just been, working on during the week and on weekends, mostly staying home. I have kept my room clean. I keep calling it a room. I've kept my apartment clean for a solid 2 months. 2 months. I am so proud of myself. Normally, this whole floor would be cluttered with just like everything for whatever reason, right? Especially like in front of my bed, had like a bunch of books and papers from school and other things for whatever reason. Um, the area in my kitchen was um, really, it looked like I had less space because I had like two boxes that I was using for my recycling that was taking up all of the floor space in my kitchen area. And now I have this amazing um you see that? Okay, this white thing right here. Yeah. So I have this amazing like standing um separation compartment thing, or I don't know how to say it in English anymore. I don't English. Um Now I have this separating, like, this thing to separate, ow, I have this standing thing to separate my trash from my uh recyclables now, so it's not like two boxes and then a bag hanging from one of the doorknobs. And And now like that whole area looks a lot cleaner. There's more floor space to see. I cleaned up this area and took all those books and papers back to school that didn't really belong here. I bought a mop. I bought a mop and I mopped a few times. I actually need to replace my what's it called? Vacuum. That's what it is. Okay, I need to replace my vacuum. Um, because the one that I bought a year ago, I bought it for really cheap, like $30, I want to say. And I bought it because I was like, I'm not going to use it that often anyway, most likely, so it'll be fine. And then I realized I shed a lot, like a lot, especially when I sleep. Um so yeah, and my house is dusty. My house is still dusty actually. Like this apartment is so dusty. But I've been working through it little by little, like cleaning the floor, like keeping the floor space clear was step one. Step two was cleaning part of the kitchen. I think last week I did that. So like my whole gas range and sink area I cleaned out. Like they might not look clean right now, but it's much better than it was, trust me. I'm still kind of like purchasing items to sort things with. Like the top of my fridge is dusty as fuck and I haven't touched it because there's also a lot of bags there of food. Like not just bags, but like bags of food. Like my almonds are up there, my dried cranberries are up there, pasta, etc. And I've been like trying to find things to make everything fit, kind of. But yeah, overall, I feel like I've actually been very productive in like my space. Like I've been very productive in my space. And I've actually been not only productive at work, but I am actually kind of happy at work. Which it sounds strange because it sounds like I wasn't happy before. I do love my job. Um, Despite like the cons to it sometimes. I actually do have a good time at my job, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just not. I am the definition of an introvert, and being around people is draining for me at the end of the day. And I feel like having this time of online classes has actually been not such a bad thing for me because normally I would have like 4 classes in a day, and for the first two I'd be fine, but for the last two I was already drained of energy, and that's not good for me, that's not good for my students. So I feel like right now is probably like the peak of me being like, oh yeah, I can do this. And also kind of getting just like feedback from people has been really nice because because we're all busy, but we're all busy doing similar stuff, that getting feedback at work where it used to be kind of teeth pulling um type of like, and it's really just like the way that Korean people are. They don't like to criticize, and I feel like um as like an American, constructive criticism isn't seen as criticizing, it's seen as helpful, whereas here it's it is still seen as criticism. And so rather than doing that, they'll just say like, oh yeah, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job, but they won't be specific about what you're doing a good job with. So getting feedback and like actually being getting like information about, hey, I think you should do this um, in addition to what you've already been doing, or I really like that you're doing this in your videos, has been great because my co-teacher has to actually like watch my videos before posting them to the website for the kids. So like constant communication has been a lot better, which is kind of strange because it should always exist. But I am definitely not very good at maintaining pathways of communication. Um, and like, and teachers around me are very busy, so I feel like I definitely have a huge role to play in why this wasn't true before. But that's gotten a lot better, so that's great. Um, I had a birthday. I am now 25 years old. Um, and it's a thing. I mean, it happened. It did happen. Yep.